But first, Sportico, this big sports industry company, they're releasing today the list of the top 100 paid athletes. It's a lot of athletes, right? 100 of them who get paid the most money. But for the second year in a row, something's missing. Women. It does include players from 8 sports and 27 countries. And the top 5 highest paid, these folks are not going to surprise you, right? Cristiano Ronaldo, there's Steph Curry, LeBron. Total earnings include salary winnings. It also includes endorsements, by the way, from 2024. Top earning woman last year, U.S. tennis phenom Coco Gauff, you know who she is, raking in $30.4 million in earnings. But that puts her at like 107, right? $7 million off the number 100 highest paid athlete, Minnesota Vikings QB Daniel Jones. And this is even with the big gains that women's sports have made in recent years and months, especially in the WNBA, which announced their first expansion team in Toronto last year. They also signed a historic 11-year media rights deal worth around $200 million. Antonia Hylton is joining us now. 100 of the world's highest paid athletes and not a single woman on the list. I think it's objectively okay to say that's kind of a bummer.
It's definitely a bummer. Am I that surprised by the headline? No. I was surprised by some of the details, though.
Explain that.
So, like Coco Gauff, I would have thought maybe she made it at least onto the bottom of the list.
It includes endorsements, right? Like it's
Absolutely. And then Caitlin Clark. So our team reached out to Sportico to get some of the details. She's had an amazing year. We know that while WNBA salaries are low, you do actually get great endorsement deals when you have the career that she's starting to have right now. She wouldn't even make number 750 if they expanded this list. And so I was just shocked by I think the message, right, is just women's sports still have so far to go.
Yeah.
I think we have some sound, too, from one of the experts at Sportico breaking this down.
Part of the problem with women not qualifying in the top 100 is that higher barrier of entry at $37.5 million. The reality is that NWSL, WNBA, other professional women's sports leagues, they don't have nearly the salaries that can command that. So to rely on your sponsorship revenue to meet that threshold is nearly impossible.
And look, if she continues on her trajectory, Caitlin Clark will probably eventually get the chance to make this list. Women have been on it in the past. Look, we have seen Serena Williams making about $35 million back in 2022, and then Naomi Osaka with $53 million. So it's possible. Women make it up there, but not in the kind of numbers I think most women might like to see.
Well, it's so interesting, too, because I think one of the things that you often hear, and we on this show, as you know, have covered this disparity between men and women's sports quite a bit. People will point to the viewership numbers, right? That franchises like the NFL, right? Leagues like Major League Baseball, they outperform when it comes to viewers. Leagues like the WNBA, for example, even as the WNBA and others are trying to close that gap. That plays a part here, too, presumably.
It absolutely plays a part here. But look, women beat men on some nights over the past year, especially, again, when we're talking about
Caitlin Clark impact. We covered
her
it.
impact, Angel Reese.
Yep.
I mean, there's a generation coming up now that really has an opportunity to change the game here. But so long as the base salaries remain what they are, I mean, Caitlin Clark making an $100K about base salary, that's nothing to turn your nose up as an average American. But look, Cristiano Ronaldo might turn his nose up at that. And that is just a massive, massive gap when you're talking about a guy who's bringing in $260 million. I mean, women have a long way to go. Brands are going to be a huge part of this for them, but the leagues need to get behind them, too.
Antonia Hylton, we're so glad to have you on this one. Thank you. It's good to see you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.